Top rated book on Amazon is The Mental Handbook. You want the physical book? This one right here for free. Click the link below and let's get to work on your game.
DreAllDay.com.
YouTube, what's going on? This is Dre All Day. I know it's been a while. It's been, honestly, to keep it real with y'all, it's really been like a year and a half, almost 2 years since I was really doing exclusive content just for YouTube when it came to the commentary stuff. When it comes to the drills on the court stuff, I got 10,000 of those that y'all ain't even seen yet. Probably 20,000 of those y'all ain't even seen yet. If y'all want to see those, let me know you want me to put those out. I will make sure I put those out in due time, not all at the same time. But as far as this commentary stuff, really I took like a year and a half off of recording exclusively for YouTube. If you've been following me on Snap or on Periscope or watching my speaking career and all that, you see me doing stuff in other places, but I ain't really been exclusive to YouTube in a minute. But I got news for you. I got good news. The light is returned. All right, the game is back. The real is back. I'm back here. I want to give y'all some stuff, exclusive stuff, on a more consistent basis, like I did before I start doing all the other stuff. I said I gotta come back to the base of YouTube. So what I want to come at y'all with first is this video talking about, is it hard to make it in basketball? Now, this is something I've talked about on my podcast. My podcast is called Work on Your Game. That's what this stands for. For those of you who are new to me, don't know who I am, my name is Dre All Day, also known as Dre Baldwin. My company and my podcast is called Work on Your Game, and I'm a bunch of places online, which y'all can find out later. But is it hard to make it in basketball? A lot of players ask me about that. Like, Dre, how hard is it to make it on varsity if I'm short? How hard is it to make it walking on at college? How hard is it to make it at a D3 or at a D1? Or how hard is it trying out for the D League, because I heard you tried out for the D League? Or how hard is it to play overseas? Or how hard is it to make it to the NBA from the situation I'm in right now? So I'm making this video to answer that question for all you ball players out there. And it doesn't matter what level you at. So if you're a middle schooler about to go to high school and you're trying to make the freshman team, or you want to make JV at your school, or you want to make varsity, or you're going to walk on at college, or you're trying to get a scholarship, or maybe you're just trying to score a certain amount of points at college so you can transfer to another college or get seen to play overseas, or you just want to play overseas, or you want to be the greatest player in NBA history, whatever you want to do, I'm going to explain to you, I'm going to answer this question. Is making it in basketball hard? All right, here's the answer. Short answer, and I'm going to explain it. The answer is yes. It's hard to make it in basketball. When I say make it, quote unquote, that means get to a position where you can actually get paid to play basketball. And there are several reasons why it's hard to do. I'm explaining to you exactly why it's hard, but I'm not making this video to discourage you. So before you start to get discouraged because I said that, don't get discouraged. Hear out everything I'm going to say here, because I'm going to make it real clear, real simple for you. And those of you who've seen me before on any other platform, you know my work. You know I make things clear, I make things simple. I don't just tell you what, but also tell you why, and also tell you how if I give you something actionable. And those three things put together, we call that value. And that's why they call me Dre All Day. That's why this is called Work on Your Game. So let's get into this. Why is it, Dre, hard to make it in basketball? Here's the number one reason why it's hard to make it in basketball. It's because there is no set way to be successful as a basketball player. Now let me explain what I mean by that. And when I say there's no set way, I mean this. Let's say you wanted to be a lawyer, right? Let's say I wanted to be a lawyer. If I want to be a lawyer, we know the steps to being a lawyer. There's a set path to being a lawyer. The path is this. You decide you want to be a lawyer, you go to college. You go to college, you're a pre-law undergrad, right? You do your 4 years undergrad. That's before you graduate as a pre-law major. You graduate with your pre-law degree, then what do? You go get into a law school. Maybe you take a year off, whatever you do. Eventually you gotta go to law school. Law school is 3 years. You do 3 years in law school, you pass law school, hopefully you do well, you're one of the top students in your graduating class. After you finish your graduating class there, what's the next thing you gotta do? You got your law degree, now you gotta go take the bar exam for that state. And I'm just talking about the United States here because that's where I'm from. So other countries, I can't explain your system, but in the USA, then you had to pass the state bar exam in whatever state you want to be a lawyer in. So every state in the United States, you must pass the bar in each one if you're going to practice law in that state. Otherwise, you can't even be a lawyer in California if you pass the bar in Oklahoma. So I'm in Florida, I live in Miami, so let's say I go pass the bar in Miami. Now at that point, I am officially a lawyer. I can officially, legally practice law. Everybody follow me. I'm officially a lawyer. Pre-law, like a pre-law undergrad, went to law school, passed the bar exam, you are a lawyer. You are definitely a lawyer. Now here's the thing about lawyers, and it's the same thing. You could substitute lawyer out, let's say a doctor, it's the exact same process. You go to school, go to medical school, you pass some exams or whatever they got to become a doctor, you get your certification, now you're a doctor. Now you could go work at a hospital, you go work at somebody else's business, you can start your own business, you could just be a solo show, just getting clients on your own because you got the certification. The lawyer is the exact same thing. You want to be a teacher, same thing. You go to school, you get your teachers, you get your 4-year degree. It doesn't have to be in a certain thing. It could be education, could be something else. You go apply, you get a job, you're a teacher. Here's the thing about being a basketball player that's different from being a lawyer, being a doctor, being a teacher, is that there's no set path. There's no guaranteed path. So if you go to college and play all 4 years, that doesn't guarantee you're going to be a basketball player that gets paid. If you don't go to college at all, it doesn't mean you can't be a basketball player. If you didn't play in high school much, doesn't mean you can't be a player. But if you are a high school All-American, it also doesn't mean you're going to become a pro necessarily. You could go to an exposure camp and do great at that camp and still not get a deal. You go to no exposure camps and still end up getting a deal because you know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, or you play well in some rec league or some pickup game or some workout that a certain person happened to be watching. The thing with basketball is timing can work for you, networking can work for you. What some of you call politics when it works against you is called networking when it works for you, is the exact same thing. It means using other people's resources to get what you want. That's what networking and politics is. They're the same thing. Two sides of the same coin. Just different ways we name it based on how we feel about the outcome. So understand in basketball, there's no set way like a lawyer, doctor, teacher. There's all these different paths to make it, and even if you take the exact path that another person took, you might not get the success. And you might take a path that nobody's taken before and get the success. And when I say success, that means you get a signed contract to play basketball for some team in some league somewhere in the world. That's what I mean. So that's the first reason why I'm making it as hard, is that there is no guaranteed, if you do this, this, and this, you are guaranteed to be a basketball player. You understand that? And I'm going to get into some more things about that as I go further into this conversation. The second reason why making it in basketball is hard is because there's always more and more people trying to be basketball players, and the competition gets better at every level. So if you're in middle school, when you get to high school, it's going to be more players who are better than the players you played against in middle school trying to play. And all you probably understand that. Coming from high school, the players in college are going to be better. Coming from college, the players in the pros are going to be better. And the higher level you go, the thirstier that competition is, because the more important it is to people. But coming to college, listen, you get a college scholarship, that could save you $100,000. That could change your whole life. That's a life-changing event to get a scholarship instead of having to pay for it. You might be paying back them loans the rest of your life. Getting a pro contract, that's the difference between going working a 9 to 5 at UPS or playing basketball for a living. Can you tell me, is that a big difference? Would you be willing to put a lot of things on the line for that? So the competition gets higher at every level that you go, and at the same time, there are more people who are more hungry because of that competition. That's another reason why making it in basketball is harder, because the competition just gets better and better and better, and more bloodthirsty the more that's at stake. So for example, when there's more at stake, again, getting paid is more important than making a local rec league team or making varsity or getting your varsity letter or whatever they do these days. So the second reason, more competition, and a lot of times even more people trying to get on. When it comes to pro ball, how many people trying to get on? I get guys emailing me, never played high school, didn't play college, playing some little rec leagues, don't really have no game. If I see them play, I'm talking about guys I've seen play, don't have no game, but they talking about they want to play overseas. So there's a bunch of people out there just trying to get in just because they see the pot at the end of the rainbow. They see that pot of gold. There's a lot of people going to come after a pot of gold, everybody. So understand that the higher level you want to go, the more comp you got to go through. Number 3 reason why making it in basketball is hard, and this is very important, especially when you're talking to pro level, is professional basketball is a buyer's market. Professional basketball is a buyer's market. Do you know what that means? If you don't, I'm going to explain it. Buyer's market is simple supply and demand. A buyer's market means when there is more supply than there is demand, the person who is buying has the power. They have the power to choose who they want. So for example, let's say I wanted to hire a video editor for my YouTube videos, and a bunch of people wanted to work for me. Let's say 30 people applied for the job. I said, yo, my name is Dre Baldwin. I got this YouTube channel right here. I want somebody to edit my videos. I'm gonna pay you $100 a week to edit my videos. And 30 people applied for the job. All right, there's only one job, right? So the demand is one job. The demand is one person. The supply is what? 30 people. So if there's 30 people trying to get one spot, who has the power? Not the 30 people. The person who has the power is me, because I only got one spot, which means I get to look at all 30 of them and pick whichever one I want. I have the power. We call that a buyer's market. I'm the one with the money. I'm the one buying that work amongst that 30. I have the power because there's so many of them and there's only one opportunity. You understand what I'm saying? And basketball is the same way. The difference between being a basketball player, being a lawyer, being a doctor, being a teacher. If you be a lawyer, all you got to do is pass the bar. If all of us, everybody watching this video, if 30 of us watch this video and we all pass the bar, guess what? We're all officially lawyers. There's no team we got to make. There's no roster limit. All of us can officially be lawyers. Don't mean we're going to have a lot of business, but we are all officially lawyers when we pass that bar exam. But in basketball, we all know in high school, college, pros, there's a limit to how many people are on the team, right? 15 or so people. Let's just say 15 people on the team. High school, college, pros. So if it's 30 guys who all got game, but there's only one team and it's 15 spots, at least 15 of those guys are going to go home unhappy. Why? Because everybody can't make the team, despite the fact that everybody may have went to the camps, did all the workouts, followed all Dre's drills, did all the hoop handbook programs, you did the jump manual, you can dunk. Guess what? If 30 people are nice and they all can play, everybody can't make the team because there's only 15 spots. Y'all understand that? Being a lawyer or a doctor, everybody can be a lawyer or doctor if you pass the certifications. There's no limit to how many lawyers or doctors can exist. There's a limit to how many people could play for the New York Knicks or be on your high school varsity or be on your college team. Does everybody understand that? There's a limit. Everybody can't make it. No matter how good everybody is, everybody can't make it. It's a buyer's market. So in basketball, pro basketball, extending that buyer's market analogy. So in professional basketball, I read this stat. This is an actual stat. There are 10,000 players playing professional basketball worldwide. The number may have changed since I last read it. 10,000 people playing professional basketball, meaning they're getting paid to play basketball worldwide on a team that's recognized by FIBA, okay? How many players do you think want to play basketball and get paid? And this is male and female put together. Y'all, this is not just males. Male and female. How many people total do you think want to play? Let's just say, for argument's sake, that there are 100,000 people who, if they could, they would take a job playing basketball for a living, okay? 100,000 people want the job, but it's only 10,000 jobs. So there are 90,000 people who are not going to have a job. So who has the power here? The 100,000 who want the job or the 10,000 people who get to choose who gets the job? Who has the power? The person who has the power is the person that wanted those 10,000 jobs that gets to hire. That's what we call a buyer's market. When you have more sellers than you have buyers, the buyer can choose amongst all the sellers. So let's just say, giving y'all the example of what a seller's market would be, just so you understand. Let's say I want to hire a video editor for my YouTube videos. I'm going to pay you $100 a week and only one person applies. Now let's say I said I want to get somebody to edit my videos and you need somebody to edit your videos and that dude over there needs somebody to edit his videos. All three of us need a video editor, but only one person is available to edit videos. Only one person says they want the job from all three of us. Now guess what it is now? Now it's a seller's market because there are three people trying to buy, but we all trying to pick the same one guy. So now that guy, the video editor, he gets to choose. Do he want to work for Dre, you want to work for you, or you want to work for that dude over there? He gets to pick and choose which job he takes. That's what we call a buyer. That's what we call a seller's market. When the seller has an option of which one he wants to pick from. A buyer's market is when the buyer has the option of which one to pick from. So when there are so many players trying to play and only a limited number of jobs, that's a buyer's market. Professional basketball, just so you know, will never be a seller's market. It will always be a buyer's market, which means the teams always have the power. Which means you might have a whole lot of game. I'm not doubting your game. I don't even know you. I know you don't doubt your game, especially if you read the Super You, my book on confidence. But there might be 30 guys with your same resume, went to the same level of school, had the similar stats, similar height, same age. The team got to pick amongst you and 30 other guys. They have the power because they can pick whoever they want. You don't have a choice. You ain't got, unless you got 2 or 3 or 4 offers coming in at the same time, it's not a seller's market. It's a seller's market when you got multiple teams offering you a deal at the same time. If you're in that situation, guess what? It's a seller's market for you. Congratulations, now pick one. But if you're not in that situation, you're in a buyer's market, which means you need somebody to choose you. And that's the challenging thing about playing basketball. But listen, you decided you wanted to be a basketball player. So what I'm doing here, I'm giving you the real. I'm just telling you what it is. You can take this and do whatever you want with it. So that's the third reason why playing basketball, making it in basketball is hard to do. Here's the fourth thing. Here's the last thing I'm going to give you in this vid. Everything that I've told you so far, all right, that is a whole lot of competition that gets tougher at every level. I told you that there are A lot of players everywhere you go, the competition is always going to increase. I told you it's a buyer's market. All right, if you take everything that I said in this video and you get discouraged, that's because you chose to. It's not because I told you to. If you take everything I said in this video and you say, you know what, I understand the odds that are against me. You know what, Dre, I'm going to take those odds that are against me. I'm going to use that as a reason to ratchet up my energy, work that much harder, get that much more focused, get that much more dedicated to my nutrition, to my mental game, to working on my game and being in the right places so I do the right things to make sure I'm ready when my opportunity happens. And then you chose to do that too. Because I didn't tell you to do either one. I didn't tell you be discouraged because it's hard. I didn't tell you get excited and get more motivated because it's hard. You could do whatever you want with this information. And what you've done with it before I said that should tell you a lot about you. Doesn't tell you anything about me or about basketball or about the buyer's market, the seller's markets, the teams, none of that. It tells you a whole lot about you. Did you look at this as a challenge to say, you know what? I'm glad Dre shared that because now I know how dedicated I need to be, how focused I need to be, how much I need to step my game up. Or did you say, damn, well, I guess I'm not going to make it in basketball. I guess that's another reason why I'm going to fail. I guess that's another reason why the team doesn't pick me. I guess that's another reason why me being short won't get me on the team. I guess that's another reason why not knowing the coach is going to keep me from getting to where I want to get. How did you respond to that? Did you respond with weakness or did you respond with strength? And either way you responded, if you did respond with weakness, I'm going to help you out. This is what you're going to do. You're going to go get my book called The Mental Handbook. It's on my website. It's one of my websites. It's called Work on Your Game University. So is this with a U on the end? Work on Your Game University. If you take care of the shipping and handling, we will ship you that book straight to your doorstep. I'm talking the physical book, not a digital, not an email. The physical book coming to your house. We will send you the mental handbook because I want all y'all to get your mental games right. And I'm writing a whole bunch of books right now that's going to be coming out soon. Y'all going to hear about them because like I told you at the top of this video, the light is returned, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back here on YouTube. I know, like I said, it's been a year and a half since I really was recording stuff exclusively for YouTube. I'm back. So those of y'all who stuck around, who are watching this video, I'm here. If you know anybody who was watching and maybe they haven't been watching, tell them they need to come back. Because the light is returned. The real is back. Dre All Day is here. We about to do it. So you need to stay tuned. Work on Your Game University, DreAllDay.com. I'm on Snapchat at Dre Baldwin. I'm on every other social media platform. Y'all ain't seen my new website. I redid my website, DreAllDay.com. I redid it. So if you ain't seen it in a minute, go to DreAllDay.com, take a look at it, tell me what you think. All I'm telling y'all is that the real is back. The real is right here. I'm back. The light is on. It's getting dark in Miami right now, but the light is on. I will see y'all more often here on this channel with exclusive YouTube stuff, not the live stream stuff, not the Snapchat stuff, not the speaking stuff, just for YouTube. I got to come back to where I started. This is where it all started 10 years back. We back. Everybody work on your game. DreAllDay.com. What could you not do with more confidence? Less attention to the negativity of other people, more focus on your goals than nothing else, and not letting unforeseen circumstances slow you down. Would all of those help you out? Well, go to DreAllDay.com/bulletproof. Check out my new 8-week course called Bulletproof Mindset. Get started, and I'll see you over there. Work on your game. If you're on Snapchat, hit me on the Snap. My Snap name is at Dre Baldwin. You already know how that works. And I got a podcast, if you didn't know. It is called Work on Your Game. It is an everyday podcast where I talk about getting yourself into the right mindset, that bulletproof mindset. Getting yourself seen, heard, known, getting the exposure you want, and making things happen in your life instead of waiting for things to happen to or for you. Subscribe to that podcast. We're on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. Make sure you check it every single day. Make sure you're subscribed so you catch the heat. Work on your game. Dre Ball, Dre Ball, Dre Ball. I feel like Dre Ball, Dre Ball, Dre Ball. I feel like Dre Ball, Dre Ball. I'm ballin'. I feel like Dre